Here are 3 things I've done to navigate a workplace bully. You should always try to address things on your own, but caveat when a bully persists, that is a leadership problem. Because if you report it and leadership knows and they do nothing, they are condoning the bullying, full stop. Now, of course, you always want to try to address something with someone head on, and a lot of people don't do that anymore. In one of my first management positions, the director I reported to initially seemed nice, but I quickly impressed our executives and they wanted to promote me to her same level. They thought this was a win-win situation because she had been complaining about rightfully having too much on her plate. She kept being nice to my face, but then she accused me of things I had not done in meetings. I gave her the benefit of the doubt one time. The one time is important. If you keep giving the benefit of the doubt, bullies know that you can be taken advantage of. I called her and I talked to her. I said, hey, you seemed a little on edge and like we weren't on the same page. Is everything all right? She was like, yes, it's perfectly all right. All nice, high pitchy voice, all that bullshit. And I was like, okay, because, I really respect you and I want to be able to work effectively together and take some things off your plate. And I did not ask for this promotion, which, by the way, they weren't even changing my title or pay. So it was really just giving me more work. But this was early in my career. Don't fall for that. But even without all that, she was still mad. And she was like, yeah, nope, I totally need the help. It's totally good. It's totally fine. She kept doing the same thing. And what I learned was that my role was going to be supervising her previous supervisees, who I found out later were all her friends. And that's why they were allowed to get away with being awful. They didn't want to lose her as their manager because they got away with everything. So this kept happening. And finally, I called her and I asked what's going on. And she pretended not to know what I was talking about. And I said very clearly, all right, we've tried this the corporate way. So now we're going to do this the Taylor County way. It's my hometown. And I asked her, are you threatened by me? And she said yes. Everyone I've told that story is shocked that she admitted it, but she said yes, that's really what it was. And I told her, I said, I promise you, I am not coming for your job. I don't even want to manage these people. I told her how my role was completely different. She wasn't thrilled. She was shocked, but she left me alone. She knew I wasn't playing. A couple weeks later, she resigned. I think she was just miserable in general at that company. Now, her cronies who were left were still mad that she left, still loyal to her, and they blamed me for it. So they were still trying to Zoom bomb my meetings and set me up to fail whenever I would give a public presentation because I did a lot of training for the organization. And they really saw like my training role, I think, because I had high visibility as having a lot of power or more power than them, which again, they had all the nepotism on their side, so I don't know what power I had. But they would accuse me of doing things in training that I hadn't done and then report that back to executive. But fortunately, I figured out by then to record everything. And I already did that because we had so many employees in so many time zones that I would do that in case somebody had to miss. So it wasted a lot of executive time and HR time of them having to go back, watch all my recordings and realize these people were full of it. And eventually some of them got fired, but it wasn't for that reason. It was for budget cuts, supposedly. But one of them was on the chopping block immediately. But do you see what I mean by that is a leadership problem? They were wasting their own time by keeping these people who had these repeat problems. And there is research done showing the many thousands, if not millions of dollars that organizations spend keeping really toxic people because most people will leave. And then the only people left to promote are the bullies. So I would say only give so much grace before you do something. Do it assertively but kindly at first. But if the culture of your organization is one of bullying, I don't know that there's much getting around that.